I know, you can't always trust a man, but you can't always trust a messy hoe neither. Okay?
Back up on the move, touchdown in my hometown, got nothing to lose. I am on my own now, I am in control now. I need you to go now, I can fix my own crown. Back up on my move.
Hey y'all, it's TheBreeze and you plugged into the Breeze lifestyle. You already know. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you are returning subscriber, shout out to you. If you ain't subscribed, then what you doing? Okay, check me out. I'll let you give me a trial. Watch this video. If you like it, comment, and subscribe. Now, y'all, I'm showing out for y'all. I told y'all I'm trying to dress up a little more in my last couple videos. I've been giving real natural. Today, we doing a little more. And I just feel like, you know, I need to be on somebody's vacation. I need to be relaxing. I need to be on somebody's island. So you know how they say you look how you feel. So I feel and I look like I'm going to the Bahamas. What you think? If I look like I'm going on vacation, do me a favor, put a palm tree. Put a palm tree. Or if you trying to be on vacation, put a palm tree. Yo, I'm so sad because I don't even have no vacations booked right now. I got a little vacation, but it's in the States. So to me, that ain't even really a vacation. Like I'm trying to vacate. My vacations be on somebody's beach, somebody's island, somebody's something. But anyway, so as you can see by the title, if you want to see more of your girl, go ahead and follow me on my other socials, Instagram, TikTok, at TheBreeze Lifestyle. Now, listen, it's about 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and the sun don't go down until about 8:45. But y'all, it just started pouring down, raining. So the lighting looks, you know, pretty good. But if it get darker, I don't know what it's going to look like. But guess what, y'all? Guess what? I'm going to make this video. I wanted to make it a little earlier, but I had to do something for my family. And my family comes first. And y'all my second family. So come on, let's do it. I'm not even eating yet. I'm not even eating dinner for y'all. And I'm hungry. But guess what? I'm hungry for 1,000 subscribers, so I gotta do y'all right so y'all can do me right, okay? So since you already know what's going on, tell a friend and tell a friend. Let's get into it. So this is a story time. As you can see by the title, it's about the time I took somebody's man and I wasn't even trying. So that's why I said let me get real cute because I'm about to pop my and I want y'all to know, like, yeah. Nah, but for real. So let me set the scene. This is, I ain't even really gonna give you our timeline. Just know I was in Atlanta and I was working at a nursing home. So my friend, she not gonna get a name because she really is not too relevant, but she gonna come up kind of at the end. But my friend got me this job. This was at the time where I really wasn't, I didn't have no real job. Like I think I was doing like Uber and Amazon Flex and stuff like that. If y'all want story times about Uber, Amazon Flex, FedEx, and little like experiences I had, just let me know in the comments, okay? But anyway, so she was telling me like, it's this overnight job. I know you like to work overnights because I do. I was doing Uber at night. I was doing FedEx at night. Like, well, actually, I didn't even work FedEx yet because I worked FedEx after this job. But anyway, overnight me down, okay? I was doing the airport. I was working out overnight or whatever. So yeah, so she was like, it's this job, it's real easy. I've been working there. And it was basically CNA, if you know what that is. It's certified nursing assistant, but you didn't have to be certified. So I was like, cool, I love old people. And honestly, my great-grandparents had just passed away maybe like a year before my great-grandpapa had died. So I just felt like, you know, I don't have those great-grandparents to give love to. So let me give love to these old people who really, really need it. And I had worked in a nursing home before, but I worked in dietary. So I was just feeding them or serving them lunch or whatever. But I wasn't really like cleaning them, putting them to sleep and, you know, spending so much time with them. So I'm like, yeah, girl, sign me up. Where do I sign up and what I gotta do? So she was like, yeah, it's really easy, whatever. You're gonna be working overnight, so you really, you know, ain't got worried about nothing. So I'm like, all right, cool. Asked her how much the money was. She was being a little funny with telling me about the money. I know you ain't supposed to tell everybody how much you're making, but your friend that you're trying to put on, like, she kind of was just like, it's enough. And I'm like, Okay, so when I got the job, because I got the job, I did an interview, but it wasn't really an interview. I just talked to the lady. She like filled out the application and I started working. And I didn't tell her how much I made. I'm like, it's enough. Like, I'm signing the paper. You're going to be seeing me. Because she worked from 6 to 2. I worked from 11 to 6. Was that the schedule? 6 to 2, 2 to 10. 10 to 6. I work from 10 to 6. Y'all, it's giving big forehead. And I don't like that, even though I already know I got a big forehead. But yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, so yeah. So I started working at the job and I met this girl. We just gonna call her Worker because she don't have too much in the story either. So she was training me and I was just a little nervous. Like, I never wanted to make nobody feel uncomfortable. I had never changed grown people diapers before. So it was just like a little nervous, but I did it. And once you start doing this, like nothing, like you can do anything. And it's not the cutest job, but I feel like, to be honest, this was the most meaningful job that I actually ever had. So I'm working there for a couple nights or whatever and everything's cool. So it was like, all right, so what are we gonna call him? We're going to call him IT. So IT worked, this is the man I stole, okay? So IT worked he was like a dishwasher. And he worked from 6 to 2. So as I was leaving, I would see him. And sometimes you got to wait for your relief. Like, you got to wait for your 6 o'clock to come. So, and he would come early because his mom worked there too. She don't need a name. That's just IT mama, right? And she was a CNA and she would work from 6 to 2 with my friend. And they would always be early, if not definitely on time, but they was really always early. So I say that to say, I will always see IT. He would be bringing the juices to the back for the morning, right? Because that's what he got to do. That's his job. But he always had headphones in. So anytime I seen somebody, I'm always like, hey, hello, hi, good morning, whatever. Not trying to have a conversation, but good morning. And I said good morning to him. I want to say once because, baby, TheBreeze be one and done. If you get a second chance, you really either God telling me to do it or you really did something. I don't know. But it was one and done for me because I said good morning to him and he didn't say nothing to me. But I didn't know that he'd be having his headphones on. I thought he just ignored me because I really didn't see him talking to nobody. So yeah, that's IT, right? So just wanted you to know that I was seeing him from the first day that I started working there, but we never exchanged words. We never talked to each other. So cool. So Worker, me and her, after the week, we locked in. We real cool or whatever. Like, we watching movies at nighttime. We cool now. I'll say, like, when you first get into a job, you see what you can do. You do everything the right way first. Then you see what the workers doing. You see what they getting away with. And then you figure out what you want to do. So, of course, it's absolutely, positively supposed to be no sleeping, right? But when we be watching our little Netflix, we watching our movies, I would hear Worker was asleep. So I'm like, all right, cool. So when I first started going, it's like, when I first started working there, after the week of me training, I would say that when I heard that, I would position myself away from the camera, get my little position, and like K-Shine say, I only dress from the waist up, okay? But yeah, so I get my little position, and I ain't getting too comfortable, but baby, everybody else sleep. All the residents, which is the people that we taking care of, they all sleep, and I ain't in a deep sleep. So if somebody, because they all had dementia, so if somebody come out there, like, I'm going to know, right? So anyway, it was really divided into 2 sections. Because I was training with Worker, me and her had one section, and then like it would rotate. I always worked on her days, obviously, because she was training me. And then whoever worked on the opposite days, they would have the other section. So here's one, a girl who me and I took coming to play, right? So we're going to call her Brazilian, because one thing about it, I ain't about to lie on no girl whether I like her or not. Her hair was always nice, curly, wavy into the tip of her booty. And she had a big booty too. Now, she wasn't, like, how do I say this? You know how people don't be ugly, but they don't be cute? that was her. She was like in between. Like, she wasn't ugly where you would look at her and be like, damn, like, no. But she wasn't like cute where you would be like, oh, she is cute. Like, she just had like a plain type of face, and she was a big girl with a big booty. And I think her hair, she didn't really wear makeup, but she did wear lashes, so that helped her out a little bit. But like I said, she wasn't ugly or nothing. She was just, I guess, regular. She was just regular, right? So when I first met her, you know, she spoke to me, but y'all, she wasn't like us. Like us, we would do our rounds. If we get there at 10, we're not sleeping until 2 or 3 o'clock, because we know we got to wake up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, get everybody changed again for the 6 o'clock people. So really, when we get in there, we checking everybody, changing everybody, and the rest of the night is cool. It's just sitting in the, what is their dining room and watching TV until somebody, because they be wandering throughout the night. So somebody come, we got to take them back to their room. Or, you know, it's certain people who we got to change like in the middle of the night. But for the most part, it was easy breezy. We wasn't doing too much. But Brazilian would come in, and in the first 15 minutes, baby girl was in somebody's room and she would sleep. Now, I ain't never seen this before, because I'm like, dang, she sleep in the resident's room? Like, because some of them be having like recliner chairs. So she was sleeping in a recliner chair. Now, the thing is, it's like she got a whole group of people. So sometimes her people be the ones that's wandering, and she be in there knocked out. So now we got to do the extra work, or we got to go wake her up. And who wants to do all of that? Now, I didn't have no beef with the girl, because it's like I said, I'm seeing what other people getting away with, and I could tell that rubbed worker the wrong way. Like, she was a good worker. She did take her little cat naps here and there, but she was a good worker. Like, she wasn't just coming in there just to go to sleep. But to credit Brazilian, she did have a whole nother job. She worked at another nursing home, and she would be like working from 6 to 2, then have a little time off, then come work from 10 to 6, whatever. Like, she just had another job, and I can understand why she was sleeping now, because when I actually started working there, I was doing doubles. And baby, when I knew my people was good, I used to do the same thing, but I'm still understanding who I'm working with and make sure that they know before I go to sleep, I'm in so-and-so's room. If you need me, let me know. That was common courtesy. So I just wanted to let you know, like, me and Brazilian didn't really talk like that. And worker would just tell me little things about her. Like, she's not a good worker. She don't be changing her people when she's supposed to. Like, if somebody's pissy, she's not going to change the sheets. She's just going to throw a pad over the pissy sheets and change the person. It's just certain things you don't do to human beings. You feel me? So, oh, and y'all, I got receipts for this one. I got receipts, okay? But instead of, my other video was a little long with me reading, and I don't know if y'all like that, but this time I'm going to put the receipts on the screen. But anyway, we need them a little later after it really all went down. So we gonna call, so it's this one med tech. We're gonna call her Messy 1. And then it was another CNA. We're gonna call her Messy 2. They will always work. I'm talking every day. Now, Messy 2, I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm just saying it because it's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying it. So she was African. And if you ever worked in nursing homes, like the African people there, they don't play. Like, they're gonna come to work every single day and work doubles every single day if they can. Like, and she was just one of them people. Like, she was there every single day. Like, I would see her when I came in at 10 p.m. She was leaving, and then she would be my relief at 6 a.m. So she would be working 16 hours a day every single day. Like, she was not playing no games. Now, Messy 1, which is the med tech, she will be working not doubles all the time. She would more so be working maybe every day, but she wouldn't be doing a double. She'd just be 6 to 2. So first it was, because I was really more cool with Messy 1. And I believe, I can't remember 100%, but I think it was her who first came up to me like, what's that called him? IT want to talk to you. And I'm like, IT want to talk to me? Like, what did you say? No, it was Messy 2. It was Messy 2 first, because Messy 1 came and followed up on it. So Messy 2 came up to me and was like, do you have a husband? I'm like, no, I'm single like a Pringle. Like, I ain't got no man. Now, mind you, I had just got out of a relationship with my Atlanta nigga. But I was like just ready to be single and mingling. So anybody who asks me that question, I'm letting them know off the bat, baby, I'm single, like a dollar bill, like a Pringle, like uno, no dos, single, okay? So I'm like, yeah, I'm single. She was like, oh, okay. And Messy 2 was just asking me questions. Now, mind you, I would talk to Messy 2 a little bit. Y'all, I hope this is not bothering y'all, but hold on, let me tighten it. All right, that was bothering me to have to keep watching it rise up. I tightened it a little bit. Hopefully we good to go. All right, so yeah, so Messy 2 was just asking me questions. I would talk to her a little bit, but baby, after this long shift, when it's time to go, I'm trying to go. So as soon as I see them, my bag's already packed. I'm ready to walk out the door, okay? But sometimes now that I'm getting acquainted, I would say it was like a month after I started working there, I started doing doubles because we was really short-staffed. And baby, once I got used to it, it was easy money. So I was working 10 to 6, making sure I'm sleeping from 3 to 5, at least get a little 2-hour nap in, then wake up and I'm doing my 6 to 2 shift. So it was one time where I was doing a 6 to 2 shift and I was talking to Messy 2 and she just started asking me questions and I'm like, this is getting at something, but I don't know what it's getting at. Now, mind you, she didn't mention IT at all, but she was just asking. I think we was talking about her and her husband, and then out of nowhere, she was like, do you have a husband? And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm single as a Pringle. And then she was asking me like, oh, do you have kids? I'm like, I got 1 child. And then she was like, are you open to dating men that have kids? And I was telling her, I know this might sound selfish, and I'm still this way. Call it what you want. My preference would to be to deal with a man with no kids, but I'm not turning down no man that has a child or 2. Now, I might do 3 if they all by the same baby mama or ex-wife or whatever the case is, but still, if I had my dream man, me and him would be starting a family together. And I know it sounds hypocritical because I got a child, but if you're asking me what I want, I'm going to tell you what I want, okay? So anyway, y'all, it's still rising. This is crazy. Okay, so she was like, okay, but you're open to dating men with children? I'm like, yeah, like how can I literally just say, no, I'm not going to date no man with no kids when I have a child? Like, I wouldn't do that. Now, mind you, IT has kids. I don't know nothing about IT, but I just know now that I dated him, he had kids, and this is why she's asking me these questions. So that day just, you know, was a little weird after that because I'm like, she's smiling, like, you know, and I asked her because I was kind of on my older men. Oh, that's what she asked me too, like, you know, what's the age range that you know, how old are you and what age range are you looking to date? Because IT is like a year younger than me, but not really a whole year, just probably like 9 months he's younger than me. So I'm like, I want an old man. I want somebody that's older than me because I just feel like I'm not in tune with the men that's my age, and I still feel that way. If there are any, I just haven't met them yet. And these old men, they be playing just as many games too. But either way, I like me a older gentleman, right? So she like, oh, okay, but are you open to that? Like every time I would say something like, are you open? Are you open? So I'm like, yeah, like I'm open to dating somebody that's the same age as me, but I would prefer to date somebody that's older than me. So, okay. So then Messy 1 comes in and, you know, she kind of chimes in like, oh, okay, well, I think I got somebody for you. I'm like, who you got for me? Like, you know, what's tea, sis? Who you got for me? So she was like, IT. Now, mind you, oh, I forgot to say this. So every day, now, mind you, like I said, IT was not saying nothing to me. So I would say maybe a week and a half had passed where this didn't happen. But every day since I started working there, when I worked with Brazilian, IT would be there early in the morning and he would take her trash. Now, mind you, at the end of the day, we have to, or at the end of our shift, we have to take all the trash, all the dirty diapers, all our food, whatever is in this one trash bag. We have to take it outside to the dumpster. Now, typically, like the way I work in a family, so we all just put trash in one thing. But sometimes people got their own trash, so it might be 2 things of trash. But we was just doing one trash, and like we would kind of rotate it where, you know, if we working together today, then I'll do it today, you do it tomorrow, whatever the case is. So, all right, cool. So every day he would come in that back with that cart, and he would have them juices, and then he would leave his cart there, and then he would come with the juices, leave, and come back when it's almost time for us to go. He would grab that trash for Brazilian, and he would take that trash out, right? So that's how I knew they had something going on. They wasn't like holding hands, kissing each other, doing all that. But if a man is coming back here and doing extra work and taking this big old bag of trash out so you don't have to touch it, oh, he like you. Like, he like you. So I'm like, okay, when Messy One told me that she got somebody for me and she said IT, I'm like, don't IT talk to Brazilian? And she was like, why would you say that? You know, like, just so oblivious. But I'm like, now mind you, Messy One and Messy Two gotta be in their 40s, right? If not, Messy One might be in the late 30s, but I'm gonna say they was both in their 40s. So old and messy. Now, mind you, I liked Messy One, but after the whole situation, I realized what she was doing was a little messy, right? So I'm like, yeah, every day he comes back here and he takes out her trash. And she was like, well, they used to talk, or, you know, they're friends or whatever, but yeah, he don't talk to her no more, and that's, you know, whatever. So she basically saying like, downplaying their situation, like they may have been friends or they was talking a little bit, but it wasn't that serious. And yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, because he be taking out her trash. Like, it's something going on. And she was like, no, I can guarantee you he's totally, like, not into her. You know, when they was talking, it's because she wanted him really bad, or she ain't say he wanted her really bad. She didn't say that she wanted him really bad, but she said something along the lines of, like, she initiated it and he really didn't want her. Like, that's what she was saying. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, strike 2 is he don't never speak in the morning. Like, what? Every time I see him, he don't never say nothing to me. So if you know that he likes me, then, like, why is he telling, like, okay, so strike 2 is he don't never speak in the morning. So then she says, oh, he always got his headphones on. So he really is, you know, pretty quiet. He keeps to himself. And that's why he don't, you know, really speak to anybody. So I'm like, okay. Strike 3. Why is he telling y'all that he like me and he don't say nothing to me? Like, I don't like that. Why is he going around telling people that he like me to get them to do his work, when the man should come up to me and let me know, like, he likes me? I don't know. And then she was like, well, I'm just saying, he did mention it, and I told him that, you know, you're a really nice girl, and I really think that you're way better than Brazilian, and Brazilian is just a user, and I can just tell that you're really a nice girl, you're a good worker, and you got your head on straight. So I was telling him about you, and he was like, yeah, he do like you, or whatever. So I told him that I was going to talk to you. I said, okay, well, tell him he can come tell me himself. Period. So they kept just trying to say little things or whatever, trying to be matchmaker. And I just shut it down like, no, he can tell me himself, okay? Because I'm not playing it. Now, mind you, IT is a mama's boy, right? And the reason I named him IT is because I dated him for at least a year and a half, right? So anybody who I used to deal with, I don't wish no bad on them. I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to tell the story how it happened. By the end of the day, like, I don't wish no bad on them. I wish the best for them. And his goal and his dreams was to be in IT. So I don't talk to him. I haven't talked to him in years, maybe almost 2 years. But either way, like, I don't know what's going on with him in his life, but I wish the best for him. And I'm just speaking it into existence. So I hope he's doing IT or on his way to do IT. So anyway, he was a mama's boy, and I'm just like, no, like, I don't care what he is. So I'm asking questions now. Oh, do he have kids? Oh, how old is he? And da-da-da. And now I'm realizing, looking at Messy too, like, oh, so this is why you was asking me all these questions. So, all right, cool. So we just going to fast forward to I'm trying to think what happened first. So I believe it was the next time I worked, like, he said good morning to me. And I'm like, good morning. And I'm not about to be like, oh, well, so-and-so said you like me. Da, da, da. I'm not that type of girl. I'm not doing all of that. I feel like, call it what you want, but I feel like certain roles that was since the beginning of time, I like them. Like, I like to be pursued. I like a man that's not fearful, that want to come up to me. And, like, I like that. So, yeah. So, he said good morning to me. And that was that. So, he had his little cart. Came to me, good morning. And I'm like, good morning. You know, whatever. And that was that. So, I feel like the next shift, Messy too asked me, like, you know, have you been talking or whatever? I'm like, he said good morning to me. But, you know, nothing else. So then the next shift after that, he had a little conversation with me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see you. Like, and okay, IT is not like my type at all. He really was not my type. But I was growing into, like, I don't really have a type, but I got a type. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. My type is very broad, but it's a certain type that I've never really dealt with because I never really was attracted to. But I'm used to hood dudes. I'm used to dudes that's, you know, cute. You feel me? Like the Chris Brown, Drake type of dudes. I'm used to them type of dudes. And IT just wasn't that. And I said to myself, like, let me try something new. Like, let me try something different and see, because the hood dudes ain't working. The pretty boys ain't working. So, let me try the average Joe. Like, we did it, Joe. But yeah, so I'm like, let me just try the average Joe. Like, he worked hard. He had work every day. You know, whatever. He not bad looking, but he just wasn't what I typically would be attracted to. So anyway, let's just fast forward to me and Brazilian. So I can't remember. I want to say, let me think for a second. Because how did it get brought up? Like, now I did tell Worker that they was trying to get me hooked up, because Worker really was just working at night. She really wasn't doing the overtime. So when I worked the overtime with Messy 1 and Messy 2, that's when they told me that he liked me and everything. Then the next shift, I had told Worker, I'm like, don't he mess with so-and-so? And she was like, I don't really know, but I thought the same thing. So we was kind of on the same page. But I'm like, you know, I'm not really pressing him because he don't even say nothing to me. He don't really, you know, take no initiative. So I'm not worried about him. So, okay, cool. So I want to say that one day, while Messy 1 or Messy 2, it was one of them, was saying something to me about him, Brazilian was walking in. And they really kept the conversation, but once they really noticed that she was there, they kind of stopped the conversation. Now, at this time, I wasn't always training. So now it's just either two people. It's either me and Worker or me and me and Worker or me and Brazilian. And sometimes it'd be Worker and Brazilian together. So this was the night that it was just me and Worker. Me and Brazilian working together. So I am, and I'm kind of still this way. If I vibe with you, it's not that I'm going to tell you all of my business, but I'm going to tell you the things that I don't care about people knowing. So it might seem like I'm telling you a lot, but like, I really wouldn't care if other people knew this information. So we here for 8 hours and I'm going to talk to you. So at this time when me and her was just working with each other, it was like they had said something about people sleeping and, you know, the cameras and whatever. So not that she wasn't sleeping at all, but she wouldn't just go straight into sleeping. She would probably wait until like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then she would go to sleep. And she started telling me like, you know, I'm about to go into this room or whatever. And it's like, okay, cool. So this night she didn't go to sleep because we was talking. So after Messy 1 and Messy 2 left, she was like, what was they talking about? I'm like, girl, they trying to hook me up or whatever. And I asked her, I'm like, you know, did you ever used to talk to so-and-so? And that's when, like, I probably should have never asked that, but I just felt like we was pretty cool and they're saying no, but it looked like something else. Worker don't know, and I want to know the tea before I even dip my foot into this and even do anything. Because mind you, IT has never told me that he liked me, has never like tried to get with me or asked me on a date or nothing. We just had maybe 1 or 2 little conversations, and he'd be saying good morning every morning. So, okay. So she was like,
what? Like, they're trying to get you with him?
I'm like, yeah, girl. Like, he don't even speak to me for real. Like, he been talking every once in a while now, but I feel like they're telling him to or whatever. So she was like,
that's crazy.
So then that's when I was like, didn't you used to talk to him, or you ever talk to him or whatever? Now, mind you, Brazilian is a little, like, she don't necessarily look ratchet, but once you start talking to her, you realize, oh, she a little ratchet or whatever. So I just feel like that played a little bit into the story, because she did some stuff that was really like, you're really, not to say you ratchet, but I don't know, it was like real sneaky, I'll say that, right? So she's like,
yeah, I used to talk to him. We used to date or whatever. Like, I just broke up with him.
So I'm like, broke up with him? I said, oh. I'm like, what? So now she's ready to spill tea. So she's like,
yeah, like, I just broke because I need a man that can do this and this and this and this and this, and he's just not that.
So she really started talking bad about him. So I'm like, oh, I'm like, Missy 1 and Missy 2 trying to get me with them. And I asked them if you should talk to him, because I always seen you. Now, she know I'm coming from a genuine place, because I really just started this job like a month ago, and y'all stopped talking about a week or a week and a half ago. So how would I know that y'all really was talking to each other? So I'm like, I mean, I asked them because I seen him coming to take your trash, and I'm like, oh, they gotta have something going on. She was like,
yeah, that was my man.
Like, I'm like, oh, like, how long was y'all dating? She was like,
you know, just a couple months. Like, I was just at his house. Like, I was just at his house cooking dinner for him and his mom.
I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, whoa, like, oh. So at that time, I did say, like, oh, I don't want no price, because I felt like I'm cool with her. Like, we was pretty cool. Not as cool as me and Worker, but we was pretty cool. So I'm not about to mess up what we got going on. I got to work with you. I didn't know how long I was going to be at that job, but I knew that I was doing overtime. And I knew that the whole job was messy. Now, mind you, we was in, what was it called? The Gardens. We was in the unit that was locked up. Basically, we was like Akon.
I'm locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let come on, money. I'm locked.
What I said? Come on, mama. Anyway, come and get me. I'm locked up. He still ain't say that. But anyway, we basically, because our patients had dementia, they will always be trying to get out. Like, they felt like they was not supposed to be there. So we had little badges that we could get out, but it was like being back there in the dungeon. So up in the front was like assisted living, where people really could take care of themselves, but they needed a little assistance, but their mind was mostly there. So anyway, it was real messy up there, but it was really no drama back here with us. And I heard that, and I could see that, because it really wasn't nothing going on back there. So anyway, I'm just like, I'm not about to mess up the dynamic of my work relationship with this girl for no dude who don't even know how to approach me right. And he's not even my type. Like, I'm not even about to do that. So I am telling her everything, because I just felt like, I want you to know that I'm being honest with you. And I really didn't know. And I really don't really care. Like, you know, I don't care about him. So she was like, basically,
he was just at my house not too long ago with his face in my ass.
I'm like, I should have known that she was putting it on real thick. Like, she was putting on real thick, that she did not want this man. This man was trash. She was telling me that his wee-wee was small. And, like, she was just telling me so much stuff, y'all. So I'm like, oh, yeah, no. Like, I do not want him. Like, like, I don't like that. So she was just telling me, like, he's really a mama's boy, and she real cool with the mom. And, you know, they stopped talking because, what she say they stopped talking for? I can't remember the exact reason, but she just kept saying she need a real man who really about his business and So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, no. But what she kept saying is,
yeah, but you can have him. Yeah, but you can, oh, he wants you. Oh, you can have him. Oh yeah, you can have them.
Like, she just kept, and every time she said that, I'm like, I don't want him. So I could see how in these messages that I'm going to read to y'all, how she kind of like, I don't know. I can see how she's kind of like, I switched up. But girl, you really, really switched up, because what? You're talking really bad about him, and you're telling me all these things, like private things about this man that no man will want, no woman that he likes to know. So you're trying to get me off of him. And I'm telling you that I don't want him because I don't know him. Like, I don't know him. And you're telling me all these things. And she was like, yeah, he can eat cat and eat booty, but the wee wee's more. And I was like, that's when I was done. Like, take me off.
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show. I'm done.
Can you make that commitment?
Cut the show. Like, no, little wee wee. You had me at little. You didn't even have to say the whole thing. Like, I don't even care about nothing else. I'm done. Like, period. So anyway, so that night goes on. We talking for like 2-3 hours about the situation, and she just going on and on. So then she calls her friend. She calls her friend, like, wasn't so-and-so just at my house, da-da-da, and he was helping me. He just bought me this table and put it together for me, and I was just cooking for him. Wasn't he just there, like, wasn't da-da-da? So now I feel like, in my mind, like, I know it's real. Like, the girl is just, she just called the girl, and the girl's like, yeah, like, why you asking me that? Like, da-da-da. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, like, she was like,
yeah, but you can have them.
Like, they laughing on the phone, like, I'm like, girl, I don't want them. Like, you can keep them if you want them. But she was just like, she's so done with him. She don't want him. Da, da, da. So the next morning is when it got weird. It got weird. Mind you, we working overnight, and the next morning it got weird. Now, I told my friend, the friend that got me the job, she came in at 6 a.m., and I ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm just sitting and I'm talking to her and I'm telling her the whole situation. Now, I'm not saying nothing bad about Brazilian, but I'm telling her everything that we talked about. So let me read y'all these messages. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'll bring it up if so. Okay, let me change her name in here so I can let y'all know it's real. Because I still got her as her real name. So let me change her to Brazilian. Spelled it wrong. Brazilian. What? Yeah, I am too dependent on autocorrect. Brazil. Y'all don't come for me, okay? All right. So I guess it don't matter when this was, like, whatever. Y'all gonna see it anyway. So this is Brazilian, and this is our messages, right? So okay. So the first message is because I had to call out of work or whatever. And when you call out, you have to tell the person that you're working with that you're calling out. So they said my battery died while I was driving. It shot. They're going to tow it to my house and give me a ride, so I won't be able to come in. I have a loose cable. She said, okay, boo. So, I'm going to have to cut a little bit because she said my friend name. So let's just say this is what she's saying. Friend went into the job telling people it's some messy people at... Y'all, I'm trying to, because I'm going to change her voice and I'm trying to do it the right way, but it's some typos in here, so I'm sorry. She said,
friend went into the job telling people it's some messy people that you told her I confronted you. See how fast Ish get back to the job? I just want my name out of people's mouth. I didn't call you to be messy. I just want people to keep my name out their MFing mouth before it go left. I don't bother nobody at the damn job, so let them know I came at you respectfully to let you know what was said. Have a good morning. I just want people to leave me the F alone. That's it. Because if I confronted you, it wouldn't have been calm. That's clearly not confronting, telling you what somebody said, you said about me. What was your point of telling your friend? And call me messy. How I'm messy when my name is the one being mentioned? Tell your friend she don't know me and I ain't the one for it. And that's period.
So, I'm going to explain myself after I read this message because this message will help me. Like, I knew I forgot something. So, I said, I never said you came at me crazy. That's my friend. So, I told her about the situation. And it is messy. We both agreed on that last night. Then old boy said you text him saying I told you to tell him I don't like him. It's really just like preschool, man. When I left you, we had no smoke. And that's still how it is on my end. At this point, I'm over everything for real, for real. My name is in it. I have nothing to do with, my name is in stuff I have nothing to do with. I just mind my business and do my work, but I guess I'm not doing a good enough job. So from now on, I'm going to keep my headphones on. So it's impossible to say Brielle said anything. I don't care to figure out this ish out. I don't care to figure this ish out anymore. I'm just over it. So I think a day had passed. Like I'm trying to think the timeline, but okay, I'm sorry. A day didn't pass. This is, let me see what time this is that she wrote me. This is an hour and a half had passed. It feel like a day because we was talking overnight. So after I had talked to my friend had told me that she was seeing some other stuff about me. And I'm like, what? And my friend talks to IT. And I had already told my friend that he was trying to talk to me or whatever. So then my friend shows me a picture of his phone of messages of her going to tell IT that I was talking bad about him and that I don't like him. And I told her to tell him that I don't want him. So I'm like, no. And I ran down everything that she was saying about him. Yeah, I ran it all down. So she's trying to say that she came to me to tell me something. Girl, you didn't tell me nothing. But all these bad things about IT. So, yeah. So then she says, oh, wait. I went up. She said,
see, but why would she tell what y'all talked about? Shaking my head. That's messy. Now that's more drama. You can talk to him. People said y'all exchanged numbers is what was told to me. Anyway, I said I find that funny because you don't like him. That's what was said. I said if she want to talk to him, she can. I don't care. It was no reason to lie to me if you got his number. That's how that went. I don't care. It's sloppy seconds for me, clearly. I had him, so I don't care. He can't do nothing for a female like me. He too basic. If you like him, go for it.
Like, what? Like, what? Now, mind you, I did not have his number at all. But that next day, yeah, I got his number. Because who are you talking to? Like, what are you talking about? Like, and especially I was hearing the things that he was doing for you. Buying you this, buying you that, take you here, take you there. Like, what do you mean? Like, now, and I don't know if he'll ever, like, I mean, he know the situation. I didn't talk to him to make her mad, but I initiated our conversation to get a little more and get his number. Yeah, to make her mad because who are you talking to? Because when you said that he was too basic for the female like you, who you think I am? What you think is going on here? Like, but you said earlier that I can have him 10,000 times. So if I did have his number, why are you mad? Like, Why are you mad? What would make you text a man that you don't want and tell him that I don't want him and I told you to tell him that? Why? Make it make sense, boo. Like, make it make sense, period. So, let me see. Okay, so I put, after our convo last night, Brazilian, all you had to do was ask me, After our convo last night, Brazilian, all you had to do was ask me, why didn't you just ask him? I didn't have to care about y'all situation, but in an attempt to avoid the drama, I asked if y'all talked, and once I found out y'all did, I said I'm cool on it. That was before you said everything you said last night. So if I ran everything down to you, why would I leave out the part about me giving him my number? That makes no sense. I know you don't know me, but I'm not scared to say anything to anyone because I stand on every word I speak. But to set the record straight, I don't have his number, and I didn't go to Messy One or anyone else saying anything negative about you. From this point on, I'm done with all the BS, even though I was dragged into it. So if you hear Brielle said, 9 times out of 10, it's not true, as you have seen in the last 24 hours. My blood pressure is high now, so hopefully I cleared up everything, but I'm done with the F-ish. For real. It's too stressful, and I'm not getting paid for it, so it's a wrap for me. Period. So she says,
I'm telling you what was told to me this morning. The reason you've been trying to get me fired is because you and him been talking. Y'all have each other's number.
That's what I forgot. Okay, let me say this. So she basically called me and told me that the people on the job is saying that I tried to get her fired. This is Messy too. It's telling the Messy too is the one that said that they didn't have nothing going on. And she told me, and IT also told me that she knew everything that they had going on. She knew that now he didn't say that they was going out, but he did say that they was dating, and everybody knew about it. And Messy 2 definitely knew about it. But Messy 2 told me that they was just friends or maybe they dated, but Messy 2, so Brazilian is saying, told her that I'm trying to get her fired so I can have her man. Baby, you can work here all day and all night. I'ma take your man if I want him, and even if I don't. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, okay? So, anyway, she said,
I don't know. I don't even care about that. To be honest, I just want my name out of the messy-ish. What I said was how they talking, and she don't even like him. See, you got to be careful. Messy 2 or none of them are right. Soon as you walked out the door, that's what was told to me. I left 30 minutes after you. But yeah, I'm over it. I don't want him, and it came out he is trying to date you to make me mad. Somebody overheard him telling the guy in the kitchen that, LOL. Messy 2 does know we had dealings. He told her, so she also is on that messy-ish also.
So the screenshots, I was going to screen record, but I'm just going to screenshot and put it, dang, I was supposed to be over here. But I'm going to put it wherever it fits and just blur out people's name because she was saying people's name. And I didn't respond after that. So, yeah, but hold on. It was something she said that I wanted to say. So basically she's saying after I left, like now mind you, when I left her, we wasn't like that, but we was still cool. Like we didn't have no beef with each other. But she's saying that when I left, that Messy 2 came talking to her, telling her that I was trying to get her fired so I could have IT. And whole time, I wouldn't know nothing about IT liking me if Messy 2 didn't tell me and was pressing. No, Messy 1, I'm sorry. Messy 1 is the, Messy 1 is the one who she is saying told her all this stuff 30 minutes after. And that's why she reacted by texting the guy and calling me and doing all of this. And it's like, girl, like, but for you to, now because, okay, so afterwards, me and IT was talking, right? So when I knew certain things after he had talked to me, it's like, all right, this is the source. I know, you can't always trust a man, but you can't always trust a messy hoe neither. Okay, so if the math ain't mathing with you and this man ain't showing me nothing that his math ain't adding up, then I'm most likely going to believe certain things that he's saying, because it's like, why would he lie about that? And I understand he do kind of got a reason to lie, but it wasn't giving that, like, you know. So anyway, when he said that somebody overheard him telling somebody in the kitchen that he's trying, like, girl, like, why would he want to mess with me to make you mad? I look better than you. Like, I look better than you. If anything, he want to mess with me so he could upgrade his life, which he did, because I was a very big upgrade to the man's life. And he was a little too basic for me. He was a little too basic for me. But I stood beside him because I love, or used to, love a man with a dream from the hood that I could help. Now, mind you, IT was a gamer. He was in the house. He was very loyal. If he was dealing with you, he was dealing with you. He told me that they never even had. So how could she know how his BB is? So he never even ate that box. Now, he didn't say, like, throw no shade on her. Like, I never even told him that she said it was little. Now, mind you, I didn't even talk to IT until the next day. And this is why we really, like, started talking more, because he came up to me. He came up to me and he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I heard the stuff that was going down, and I just want to answer any questions that you have. I just want to tell you my side of the story. And I'm so sorry that you even have to deal with any of this. I do like you, and I don't want this to be, like, a turn off for you. Like, I really, like, want to get to know you and da-da-da. So then after we had that conversation, I'm like, take my number. Take my number. Because I felt like he was being genuine. Now, mind you, you could say, oh, he had all night to think about what he wanted to do. But the fact that this girl texted this man, and he showed me the messages, and I could have been a little messy too, but I feel like I'm going to show somebody the messages if somebody being messy and lying on my name. Like, I'm going to let you know. Like, I'm not just talking. Here go the messages. And she texted that man and told him that I told her to tell him that I don't want him. So after that, me and her ain't have no words. And I could be real with y'all. This was 2-3 years ago. I did not try to get that girl fired. Like, if anything, she was sleeping all night and people was mad about it. She left her people pissy and people was telling on her. But I never tried to get that girl fired. I don't have to do all of that. Do I look like I gotta do all of that? Like, why would I need you to be out the way for me to get where I need to be? Baby, all I gotta do is show up. This man ain't even, like, what? Like, huh? Like, no. So anyway, that's really it. I took her man. She said she didn't want him, but she did want him. Like, she didn't want me to have no parts of the man. And the man, like, when I first met him, he was very generous. He just, like, really fell on bad times. And I was trying to stick beside him. I was trying to stick beside the man during the bad times. But after I first met him, it was, like, sunshiny. And then the rain started. And then the rain would stop, but then it would still be cloudy outside. And then the sky would open up a little bit, but the sun didn't quite shine. And then it started raining again. And then it started thundering and lightning. And I said, listen, I need more than a raincoat. I need to change my destination, okay? So I really should have just not been petty and just said, listen, you got too much going on, and I don't want nothing to do with none of y'all but me, like, trying to prove a point to this girl. Like, I have your man. And one thing I did not do, because I don't want you looking like Mac Daddy James. We not doing this in the workplace. He offered to take my trash. I don't want you taking my trash. I've been taking my trash. You're not about to have these hoes in here talking about me. Oh, look, 1 week he was taking her trash. Now he's taking her trash. No. Meet me in my car if you want to talk to me at 6 o'clock when it's time for me to go. Here go my number. We can talk. But I'm not doing the workplace stuff because it's already been done. It's already been done. But Yeah, y'all, that's my story time. Am I wrong? Was I messy or was she messy? Listen, I know y'all love me. I think y'all do. I think y'all love me. If you love me, put a heart. But I know y'all like me, at least because you made it through the video. Don't tell me nothing that you really don't believe. Was it I wrong or was she wrong? Because you know what I think. She was dead wrong. Like, she was real messy, and she really wanted that man. And he said she did not break up with him. He broke up with her because she was cheating. Like, not really cheating, but he found out, like, she was talking to other dudes. So it's like, we don't need to be talking to each other if I'm doing all of this for you and you talking to other dudes. He was really lover boy. Like, he was all about your girl. Like, that's why I stayed longer than I should have, because I was just so used to hood dudes making excuses about, like, having to be out in the streets and, you know, having to do certain things on social media to help their brand and this and that. And my man was a homebody. Like, if he wasn't at work, he was at home on that game. So I was like, okay, I get used to it. But he wasn't annoying. Like, he wasn't up my ass. But he was on it. Like, you right there, babe? Oh, okay, cool. All right. All right, cool. And I like that. But it just was like certain things. He was a mama's boy, and he was spoiled, and he really just had some growing up to do. And he really was like, because I don't even want to say I used to be. I just don't put myself in these situations anymore because I'm only doing it for my husband going forward. But like, I am the type of girl who, if I got it, we got it. But he started getting used to that. Like, when he was falling on hard times, it's like, you know, he wanted to know how much money I had. And it's like, why are you worried about how much money I got? Because this is my money. I don't care if you're my man. This is my money. We not locked and loaded. Like, this is my money. So, and it was like, you know, every time I went out to eat or got something to eat, he ain't had no money, but he hungry. And call me like what you want to, but when you do that for so much time, it's like, dang, like, I got enough to treat myself. And I know that if I get the extra large fry with the milkshake, and he hear me, because he always want me to order first so he can check the temperature. And he feel like if I order it, he can order it. But baby, you ain't got the money. I do. And now I'm thinking about taking my order back because you doing too much. And I was expecting you to get a kid's meal because that's what you acting like, a little kid. Like, so yeah, I'm not like, cause I'm gonna just spill tea a little bit. It's this one dude that I want to do a video on so bad because he got so weird. But to this day, he's still watching me and texting me and writing me and doing this and doing that. And I can see him looking at this video like, I knew it. I knew you was a gold digger. I knew you was a gold. Like, no, I'm not no gold digger. But what I'm not about to do is be providing all this and all of that and all of this and all of that. And you just taking and accepting. Like, no, like, I don't even want to do 50-50. But baby, I got you. Like, I'm not about to be stingy. I don't want to do 0 and you do 100. But baby, 80-20 me something. Like, what? Like, yeah. But anyway, so y'all, I think we up to an hour, and I hope y'all appreciate it. I be trying not to make too long videos, but y'all, my goal is to do 2 videos a month. I mean, 2 videos a week for the rest of the year. And I had a lot going on with my life in the last 2-3 weeks, and I really was slacking. So I wanted to make sure this week I hit y'all with 3 videos. I know y'all love my story times more than y'all love my other videos. Hopefully we can all love each other the same one day. But right now, I'm going to give you what you want. And I'll be back with another one. And that's all it is. This is TheBreeze, and you've been plugged into the Breeze lifestyle. See you in my next one. Bye.